All right, number 11. First thing I want to do is make sure you read the directions on these to make sure you're actually doing what you're supposed to be doing. Big point here is solve them by graphing. So we want to go ahead and graph them first. Fill in the table with at least 5 points, which means I've got to have at least 5 points on my chart here. And then after that, check by factoring. So let's make sure we're doing the right things here, particularly those 5 points. So let's see. I'm going to go the fast way and get my calculator to tell me the points. X squared plus 10x plus 24. Yes, it is an app. There's actually another video that shows you exactly how to get this on your Android. Also, how to get it on your computer at home. Okay, from there, I'm going to go to the table. And it says we want at least 5 points. Now, something I'm going to look for is some zeros on this table. And I'm seeing some of those. So I think I'll start with negative 8.
Is that what we should start with?
Well, pick the ones that are around the zeros. Another thing to key in on is if you see a sign change, like it goes from positives to negative. That means that the zero is going to be somewhere between the positives and the negatives. So I'm going to use negative 8, negative 7, negative 6, negative 5, negative 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. My values are 8, 3, 0, 8, 3, 0, negative 1, 0, and I'll be an overachiever. I'll do negative 3, 3 as well. Okay, now I graph them. We got negative 8, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Negative 7, 3. So there's negative 7, 3. Negative 6, 0. Negative 5, negative 1. Negative 4, 0. And negative 3, 3. There's my parabola. My answers, I find it at the two x-intercepts. So x equals negative 6 and x equals negative 3. So this whole thing would have gotten me 3 points on this test. Well, based on that. I don't know exactly what the point breakdowns are going to be on the actual test itself. Now factoring. X squared plus 10x plus 24. To factor this thing, now we talked about a shortcut a little bit in class that we could use whenever the a value was 1. I'm going to go ahead and go over that right now. For the shortcut, when a is 1, or there is no number in front of x squared, go ahead and set up your 2 sets of parentheses with x's in the beginning. Now we just start looking at what are the factors of 24. 2 things that multiply to 24 and add to give me 10. Well, what numbers multiply to give me 24? 2 and 12. 2 and 12. Does that add to 10? No. What else? 6 and 4. Do 6 and 4 add to 10? Yes, they do. 6 and 4. Now, from there I'm going to decide on my signs. This guy, the B term, always tells you the sign of the larger factor. So since this is positive, 6 is positive. This one, the C value, or the C sign, tells you if they're the same or different. Positive means they're the same. Negative means they're different. So this one is going to be a plus because they're both the same. And now I've still got that 0 equals. And then, using our zero product property, x plus 6 equals 0. X plus 4 equals 0. I just realized I made a dumb mistake. Let's finish this off. We'll come back over here. Okay, subtract 6 on both sides gives me x equals negative 6. Subtract 4 gives me x equals negative 4. There's my 2 answers. And by the way, this is the reason that we check our work to see did we make a mistake. These numbers should match these. So that means one of 2 things. I made a mistake here, or I made a mistake there. Let's go back and look at it. The easiest one to check is the graph. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yep, there we go. -4. My first instinct was to remake that video, but I actually think that's a pretty valuable lesson. Do both sides in case you make a silly mistake like that. And by the way, teachers aren't perfect either. We make mistakes sometimes too.